Is it just me, or are there just too many dang books to read anymore? Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be going over my top 10 priority series for 2023. And fortunately, some of these I think are rolling over from last year when I made a similar video about series I was going to focus on. A lot of these are ones I've really been meaning to get to, but there's just so many. So this is going to be 10 in no particular order, series that I very much want to focus on, and because there's just too freaking many, I'll also be doing one of these for self-pub books. These are all going to be traditionally published books in this one. So first off, and I feel like one of the really big ones, is the Wars of Light and Shadow. So this is book 2/3. It's both technically in hardcover, ships to Marrier, and I'm going to finish this by the end of the year if it kills me, because I read the part 1, which is technically book 2, and then I had to read book 3, and it's just long, and so I didn't get to it. Absolutely loving this so much, and I really want to continue, and so I don't know if I'll be able to get caught up next year, but I'd like to, because the last book is coming, so I definitely want to make sure that I'm finished with the books before the last book does come out, because I'm very excited to get to that. So that's a big one. I'll hopefully at least be done with that one soon. I think the others are not as ridiculously long as this one, so that's the positive news. So we'll definitely be getting to that. Next up is one that I've also been wanting to get to, basically, yeah, all of this year, because I finished Crown of Stars right at the end of last year, but the Crossroads trilogy by Kate Elliott, the first book being called Spirit Gate. Now, I did read in The Very Best Kate Elliott a short story that takes place in this world, and so it sounds really interesting, like it has really unique world building, obviously involves giant birds and people who ride them and whatnot, and this is just basically because I loved Crown of Stars so much. I really, really want to try some more Kate Elliott. So this is a trilogy I really, really want to get to as well. Moving to the next one with this beautiful signed copy is the Shadow March series. So this is 4 books, and it's just the one, I think, with this really great... Yeah, the others are all the changed artwork, but the one with this really nice cover. But this, I've been wanting to read because I'm kind of torn, because The Last King of Ostenard should be finished somewhat soonish, I think, too. So maybe I should read that, but I figured I would read this first, since this is all done. I have a good chunk of the books so far of Last King of Ostenard as well, but I have all 4 books in this series in these beautiful hardcovers, and so I'm really excited to get to some more Tad Williams. Absolutely loved Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn when I read it, and so just kind of seeing what else he can do with another fantasy series, I am super excited. Planning to get to that first, and so hopefully we'll pop that in here too. You're going to quickly see why this is, even though I'm saying for all of next year, these are some pretty big goals, because there's a lot of thick books, long series in here. But next up, and yes, to those of you who've been very patiently waiting for the last several months, the World of Five Gods, I think, is what this series is called, but the series started off by The Curse of Chalion. This won the vote for me to read, and I have been trying to get to it ever since, for months now, and I haven't got to it quite yet. This one's not horribly long either, so I definitely should be able to fit it in, and I think I have an ebook of this too, so I'll plan to do both. But this is one that I hope to get very, very quickly within the start of next year, because I really want to try this series and this author out, and particularly this book, which I'm obligated to read even if I didn't already want to, because it won that vote. So I have not forgotten. It is still coming, hopefully very soon, on that one. Moving to another one that has been far too long, and it's probably been even longer than Crossroads, is the second Thomas Covenant trilogy. I finished the first in, honestly, I think 2021, and so I still haven't gotten to this. And these are kind of like involved books. A lot of the books here too are like very dense, kind of slow reading books, which I love, but they also take more time, and so that's kind of where I am with this. I still have, I should probably get nicer copies, but I have these old mass market paperback copies for the trilogy, but I really, really liked the first trilogy, and I've been really curious to see where it goes ever since, so that's definitely on the list as well. And keeping with the old mass market paperback copies, we have the Janai Saga. And I've actually read Waylander. I think the one I'm on would be Waylander 2. but I've read a good chunk of these books, and so I don't have that many left. I had switched to doing audio because I don't own all of them. All the ones I own I have now read, but I don't have any of the copies of the rest. And honestly, the audio is really, really good. I love that narrator, and so it fits so well with this type of story, so I've been doing that. So those at least should be pretty doable. I have all of the audiobooks. I got them during an Audible sale, and so it's just kind of fitting some time in there, which I've actually been doing more audio toward the end of the year. And so that's probably the reason I haven't got to these. This actually should at least be pretty easy to finish out that series since, like I said, I have copies of all of them. So it should all work out with at least that one. That's at least one that should not be too terribly hard. And then the next up, I actually have no physical copies of this series, but it is The Great Coats by Sebastian de Castell. And I've read the first two of these now, and my library has copies of the hardcovers of all of them. So since I don't have copies yet, that's how I have been reading them, and been enjoying it so far. And really, I just want to make sure that I finish the series before too much time passes and I kind of forget about things. So it's always kind of hard with being in the middle of a series. There's another one like that coming up too. But so that one I'm hoping to get in there too. And with just 2 books left, should hopefully be pretty doable. But yeah, enjoyed it so far. It's not like a new favorite for me or anything, but enjoyable series. And the last couple books, it seems like there's quite a lot more to happen. So we'll definitely see how that goes. And then another one that I've been meaning to get to for some time. Now, though, I at least have the first 3 books, whereas before I just had a different copy of the first one. But the Prince of Nothing trilogy, the first book, The Darkness Comes Before by R. Scott Baker. This one, I know I had some people who wanted me to read this around Discord for quite some time. And I know it's supposed to be really dark, really good, kind of like purple prose. And I'm pretty interested. I know the second series in this world is also supposed to be even better. So I really, really do want to make sure I get this. I'm probably just going to have to alternate with like these books and like Wars of Light and Shadow and some other things since it's all like just really, really dense. But I definitely want to make sure that I finally get to that one because that's another, it's just been too darn long. And now, the last of the really egregious ones. I've got 2 left, but the last really egregious one is A Chorus of Dragons, the series by Jen Lyons. This is book 2, The Name of All Things. I don't even remember when I read The Ruin of Kings. I remember the book surprisingly well, but I don't even remember when I read that book at this point. It is one I meant to continue, and it just kept never happening. Also, pretty decently long for the whole series. I have all of the books. I even got, like, the most recent one, I think. Or maybe I don't. I don't remember if I have the most recent one or not. I should check. I feel like I bought it, though. Maybe I didn't. But I have basically all, if not all of the books of the series at this point, and I just need to continue. I definitely like the first one enough to continue. I just have not gotten around to it. So that's another one I really, really need to get to as well. And then finally, another one that honestly should be pretty easy because they're not terribly long books is the first, the Rift War Saga. I read Magician, the combo version. Really, really enjoyed it. One of my favorite books last year, and I just still have not actually gotten to continue. I have Silverthorn and Darkness of Sethanon. Like I said, not terribly long. Just need to get to them. So that's another one that I desperately would like to get to. So, I'm sure there's plenty of other series that I also need to continue that aren't on here. I thought of one while filming is Anthony Ryan, Blood Song, whatever that series is called, Raven something. Like, need to continue that one as well. So there are more, I am sure, but these are definitely 10 I really, really want to focus on. I really want to have a high priority, and so I'm hoping that by next year, not a single one of these will make a list like this, because these are all ones that I really, really do want to get to. I'm still, my reading pace suffered a little bit in December, but I'm hoping to get that pumped back up for starting the new year. We'll have to see if that happens. But that is it for this one. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on any of these, or also some books or series that you are really giving priority in 2023 and want to make sure that you get to. Always excited to see what other people are excited to read as well. But that is it for this one, so make sure to give the video a like. If you enjoyed it, check the link in the description. As always, for the Wizardly Do It Discord, if you want to chat books, whether any of these books, other books, any books, really anything at all, it is a lot of fun and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.